Slovenia was pretty much off the radar for meetings and events a few years ago, but innovative marketing and investment on the ground with wonderful stands like this have really put it on the meetings map. Jan, great to see you at IMEX. In my introduction, I talked about how I believe that Slovenia is quite a successful story in terms of putting a destination on the map. Now, what have you focused on, to increase the prominence of both Ljubljana and the country as a whole?
Well, I think the major factor is that we started to work as a team. It's getting all the representatives of the whole chain, from the CVBs to the PCOs to the conference centers to special venues. Everybody is working on this. Everybody is starting to give out the same message, and that is that we are a great destination for events. And I think through this a certain buzz was created that you can actually feel today, and it is something that we really see growing.
And when you come over to the country, I've been there. I was lucky enough to be your guest a couple of years ago. There's a real kind of close-knit feeling to the whole team, whether it's from your perspective in Ljubljana or for the Slovenia team overall. Would you agree?
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you must understand, we see Ljubljana, because of its central position, as just a starting point to the whole country, and that's why we work together with our partners throughout the country. It is very important for us that we can say that it's a young team. It's a team that wants to create, that wants to build, that wants to live in a country which has recognition. And at the same time, which has quality, because we are building something for us, and at the same time, we're trying to be competitive.
Absolutely, and you've got your own sort of show on the ground as well, which also brings in your part of Europe, which is also quite a creative way of doing so. And obviously, you've also got quite a big sustainability message, haven't you?
Oh, of course. We have 64% of the country is forested, so that already alone is a great message. Having a country that has less than % of the world's surface, but almost 2% of all species. It's something that already starts off, and having a green country not only in the color, but also in the product. It's something that's really being developed. We have been working a lot on this local produce, on local suppliers, on reintroducing a lot of typical old ways of actually, being sustainable.
And it's also a very compact country, so the incredible natural environment you've got is actually very, very reachable when delegates get into Ljubljana, or go to the coast.
Yeah.
So it means that actually it's really economical to get out, and even if it's just for an afternoon.
Definitely. I mean, the advantage of Ljubljana in this context is that once that you are there, you have half of Europe basically in the palm of your hand. It's really easy to get around, especially by car. You can really experience, in half an hour, you can be in a completely different landscape than a couple of tens of minutes before. You can go to the Mediterranean coast, you can go to mountains, you can see the difference in the landscape, you can experience different culture.
Absolutely, and of course it's not just about the location, because you've got some, excellent venues and some really unique venues.
Yeah. I mean, probably the most unique we have would be, having a reception in a cave for up to 1,000 people. I mean, that's quite a special feature, that not everyone can say.
It's great. And with respect to IMEX, you're a regular exhibitor, and why is the show important to Slovenia and Ljubljana?
Well, I can say that, IMEX is definitely the place that one has to be. If you're not here, you're basically not on the map. And we have the interest to present ourselves and to be put on the map. And we can see already in, just the past couple of years how well this has gone. From explaining to everyone where we are located, we are now talking about very substantial information, proper questions that you get asked. So there is an evolution, and definitely IMEX is one of these important factors for the success.
And of course, events with respect to Slovenia are increasing in their economic impact and really helping the country.
Yeah, I mean, what is that really additional value is bringing the know-how to the industry, connected it with the international partners, and that is very important because Slovenia has a lot of startups. We have a lot of events which actually would begin for the first time in Ljubljana, which sometimes can be a problem putting us, let's say, on the ICA list. But in a few years we get all of a sudden new events for a couple of years past. So there is a lot of this new drive. Despite the economic situation, there's a lot of really innovative ideas, companies, and therefore even events.
Yeah, that's great, Jan. Always very interesting. Thanks for talking to me.
Well, thank you very much for fantastic questions.